I know you can't see me very well. Bad lighting, time of the other day. So I want to do a quick review on a great sushi place that I found by accident about 2 weeks ago called Kabuki, Kabuki, on, I think it was 13th Street in Philadelphia. We were walking around after going to see a Macy's light show, and wife and kids were walking around. Wife and I wanted sushi. The 8-year-old did not. But so we're walking around trying to find something in Chinatown. Nothing really seemed to click to us, but I did remember walking past Kabuki when we were heading down to Chinatown. So we kind of meandered back and found it. And when we walked past initially, there was a couple families with younger kids, probably in that 5 to 8, 10 range, and looked okay. So we went in, sat down, and we were seated immediately. By the time we got there, there wasn't much of a crowd. So it was nice, quiet, ambient, kind of dimly lit, but what you'd expect for a small sushi restaurant. So after being indecisive for a while, trying to figure out something that the one that doesn't like sushi would like, uh, we got our order. Food came out really quickly. You know, a couple larger groups came in. It was a small dining area, but just the right atmosphere regardless. So for my wife, she's not a big on the raw fish part. Um, she kind of wants something that was cooked too. So we ended up getting her what, for those that don't know, is called a bento box. Bento box is basically a single portion, typically a takeout or a home packed meal. Um, Traditionally in Japan, it contains rice, fish, or meat with pickled or cooked vegetables, and usually in a box-shaped container. If you watch anime, you always see the little girls, oh, me, make you lunch for their crushes, and that's typically a bento box. Now, in most American sushi restaurants, a bento box is basically like a square tray, and it's got different compartments, like almost like your school lunch trays, but looks much nicer. And so she got the chicken teriyaki or hibachi chicken. I can't remember which, but I tried it. It was good. Came with a couple pieces of shumai, California roll, rice, of course, a few vegetables, and yeah, I tried a little bit. It was pretty good. When I go for sushi, I either get udon or I get sushi, or both. So for my son, who's a very picky eater, he's 8. He's I got him the yaki udon. He loves Chinese lo mein noodles. Yaki udon is kind of like the Japanese equivalent. They're a lot thicker, smooth white noodles, typically eaten with a sauce, a meat, and vegetable. Um, you can typically stir fry it in a soy-based sauce, and you can customize it pretty well. I think he had the chicken, and he loved it. Now, here's the good one. We have a 10-month-old, and she loves to eat. Now, we didn't order a plate for her, of course, but we gave her little bits of all our plates, and she loved the udon. Loved it. 10 months old, loved the udon. Let me tell you. Now, I really liked it. I had to refrain from eating it myself. Now, for me, I had the shirashi. Shirashi is a little complicated depending on where you go. Um, Typically, it's a bowl of sushi rice and pieces of fish. Shirashi in Japanese means scattered, so it's a big bowl typically with scattered pieces of fish. Now, a lot of the middle to upper range restaurants, they prefer to lay it out nicely and arrange it on that's perfectly fine. It's all the same. It's slices of fish and a pile of rice. Now, personally, I thought there's a little less rice than I prefer, but hey, it did the trick. The fish was perfect, perfect temperature, perfect texture, perfect. Um, so we shared a little, and they also had bubble tea. Very few places I find have bubble tea and do it right. They had it spot on. The only thing that was kind of downside for me was they didn't have fountain sodas. It was canned and bottles. But to each their own. Some It just depends on the restaurant. But that was be about the only thing I found bad or negative was no fountain soda. Eh. But other than that, the food was superb. So if you're ever in town, walking around, want some sushi, I highly recommend you go down to Kabuki on 13th Street in Philadelphia, Center City. Highly recommend it. I will be going back again. Peace. I know you can't see me.